بيان صادر عن القوات المسلحة اليمنية بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال تعالى: فمن اعتدى عليكم فاعتدوا عليه بمثل ما اعتدى عليكم. صدق الله العظيم. ردا على تصعيد العدوان الأمريكي السعودي الإماراتي، نفذت القوات المسلحة بعون الله تعالى عملية عسكرية نوعية وناجحة، عملية إعصار اليمن، استهدفت من خلالها مطاري دبي وأبو ظبي ومصفاة النفط في المصفح في أبو ظبي وعددا من المواقع والمنشآت الإماراتية الهامة والحساسة. وتمت العملية الموفقة ب5 صواريخ باليستية ومجنحة وعدد كبير من الطائرات المسيرة، وقد حققت العملية أهدافها بنجاح.
Houthis are attacking the Gulf's most established country, UAE. What is the purpose of such attacks? Why Houthis are attacking UAE? Is there a new war going to erupt? Who are Houthis? Questions like such are going to be answered in this video. Let's analyze the situation deeply. The Houthis are Zaidi Shia Muslims. They are a minority community in the Islamic world, and Zaidis are a minority of Shia, significantly different in doctrine and belief from the Shia who dominate in Iran, Iraq, and elsewhere. The Zaidiya take their name from Zaid bin Ali, the great-grandson of Ali, whom all Shia revere. Zaid bin Ali led an uprising against the Umayyad Empire in 740, the first dynastic empire in Islamic history, which ruled from Damascus. Zaid was matriarch in his revolt. Zaidis believe he was a model of pure Khalifa who should have ruled instead of the Umayyads. The distinguishing feature of Zaid's remembered biography is that he fought against a corrupt regime. Sunnis and Shia agree that he was a righteous man. The Zaidi elevate him to be the epitome of a symbol of fighting corruption. The Houthis have made fighting corruption the centerpiece of their political program. The Houthis adopted the slogan, "God is great, death to the US, death to the Israel, curse the Jews, and victory for Islam," in the wake of the US-led invasion of Iraq. The same group with the same slogan operates in Yemen, and they had got popularity during the wave of Arab Spring. The group officially called itself Ansarullah, or supporters of God. The group morally backed by Hezbollah, who provided inspiration and expertise for the Houthis. Hezbollah is a Shia movement in Lebanon, which successfully expelled the Israeli army from the country, is a role model and mentor for the Houthis. Iran is a secondary source of support, exceptionally because the Houthis and Iranians share a common enemy in Saudi Arabia. Amid escalating conflict in Yemen, the United Arab Emirates have been the target of several drone and missile strikes over the past few weeks. The UAE is a part of Saudi-led military coalition that intervened in Yemen in March 2015, when Iranian-linked Houthi rebels seized control of the capital Sana'a from the Yemeni government. UAE-backed forces have largely avoided engaging Houthis in combat since 2018, but in recent weeks, UAE-backed groups have pushed into Houthis area, prompting the group to launch attacks against the UAE. Violence is set to escalate, with Houthis saying international companies headquartered in the UAE will be targeted in the near future. If this happens, it can give big damage to Expo 2020 investments, and might be near future international companies and investors will not come to UAE. In a recent event, Yemen's Houthi fighters say they have seized a UAE-flagged vessel in the Red Sea, claiming it carried military supplies after the Saudi-led coalition accused the armed group of piracy. Houthi military spokesperson Yahya Sari said on Twitter that the ship had entered Yemeni waters off the coast of Hudaydah without permission and was carrying out hostile operations. The coalition claimed that the ship was carrying medical supplies from the destroyed Saudi field hospital on the remote island of Socotra. Brigadier General Turki al-Malki said in a statement the Houthi militia must immediately release the ship, otherwise, the coalition forces shall take all necessary measures and procedures to deal with this violation, including the use of force. It seems like the Houthis are trying to bring pressure to the Saudi-UAE coalition to bring things to a favorable close. The only way this conflict is going to be resolved is if the Saudi, the Emirates, and the Houthis sit directly together and work things out.